Sacramento City Councilmember Sean Loloee just appeared in federal court pleading not guilty. Loloee was released on his own recognizance. He was indicted by a federal grand jury. The indictment includes 25 charges ranging from immigration fraud to pandemic relief fraud. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Ashley Williams.
And I'm Steve Lars. Now, these charges are connected to Loloee's private businesses, not his work on the city council. Among the allegations in the court documents, that Loloee regularly hired undocumented workers at his Viva supermarkets because it was Loloee's view that undocumented workers were easier to control, that he hired undocumented workers to reduce labor costs illegally, and that he threatened adverse immigration consequences if employees cooperated with investigators. Loloee was in court today facing those charges for the first time. CBS 13's Rachel Wolf has more.
Councilman Sean Loloee and one of his employees charged with 25 counts, including conspiracy, obstruction of agency proceedings, and possession and use of false immigration documents at Viva Supermarkets, a chain of grocery stores which Loloee owns. In late October, he spoke exclusively with CBS 13 in this story about the ongoing criminal investigation, which he said was likely linked to a long-standing federal lawsuit alleging forced labor and threats of deportation.
Well, this is nothing new.
But what is new is this federal indictment, which says for the past 5 years, Loloee and Carla Montoya, the general manager, engaged in a conspiracy to employ a labor force at the stores that consisted of a significant number of workers that lacked employment authorization, allegedly to cut labor costs through unlawful practices like failing to pay overtime. The indictment also alleges that a years-long Department of Labor investigation found Loloee and Montoya obstructed the investigations in a number of ways, including making false statements to agency investigators, listening in on an employee interview to influence the employee to make false statements, and instructing an employee to lie to an investigator about her hire date. Sean Loloee declined to go on camera about the indictment, instead providing a statement saying, "Today's news comes as a shock, particularly since I came to this country as a teenager in 1989 with absolutely nothing and have worked tirelessly to meet the needs of the underserved in both my grocery stores and as a member of the city council, both of which I will continue to do as I fight these allegations." We caught up with Mark Reichel, a former federal public defender, who reacted to the COVID-19 relief payment charges against Loloee.
That was something that a lot of people didn't see, and I'm sure it came during the investigation that they came across this and said, wow, look what we have here. And I think that may have really changed the equation for when to prosecute and whether to prosecute.
Now, CBS 13's Julie Watts was in the courtroom for Sean Loloee's court appearance this afternoon. She will have more coverage in our newscast at 5 o'clock. Meantime, Sacramento Mayor Steinberg issued a statement regarding Loloee's role on the council. Here it is. He says he expected Loloee to do the right thing, and he expected that the situation would be resolved in the next 24 hours. He didn't elaborate in that statement whether he expected the Councilmember Loloee to resign, but we will certainly be watching for any announcements on that front as this story progresses.